Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. It's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. Ooh la la la.
Listen. Now something else that was highly tweeted about was this trip to Africa that you went on, Marsau.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, Africa's an entire continent. You went to Tanzania, correct? Is that right?
Correct.
Yes, he went to Tanzania. LaTisha, you said initially you were not on board. What kind of conversation did you guys have to make you more comfortable with him taking this solo trip?
Yes, I was not on board at first because we've been talking about, taking a trip to Africa with the kids. So when he brought it to my attention, he was like, babe, I think I want to go. He was like, I just need to mentally decompose, get myself together and decompress. Sorry, he needs to mentally decompress. Mm-hmm. And I was aware that Marsau had a lot of jobs. Like last year, he was doing a lot. He was moving a lot. He had a lot of contracts he was working on. So after he explained it to me, I was like, you know what? I understand. You got to do what's good for you mentally. So as his wife, I'm like, I want you to be the best version of yourself also. So go there, get what you need, and then come back a happy Marsau.
Okay. And you came back a happy Marsau. I saw you guys talking about possibly going back with the kids. Are there plans to take a family trip to Africa?
Yeah, when we were over there, Tanzania is so big. Mm-hmm. And so, I went to Dar. And what I want to do is go to the other side and go near the Serengeti. So we were looking at some travel plans. We actually had our counterpart in Love and Marriage DC, Monique.
Thank you, Monique.
Yeah, she's her travel person.
Yes.
So we want to go experience all of that stuff. But you know what? The truth is, I've been working since I was 13. I've had 3 jobs. I've worked. I've hustled cars. I've literally worked throughout high school, college, work, and it's always been that. And it wasn't until I would say last year where it was probably the first time in my life I said, man, I'm tired. Like I literally
to rest.
Mentally, everything, all day, every day. If I spend 2 minutes over here, I'm taken away from 10 minutes over here. If I eat dinner, I'm not sending out an email. If I'm, whatever it is. And I didn't have to go. I had to go right now. I had to go right then and there, and I don't have a single regret for it. If I had that chance to do it 100 times over, I'd do it 100 times over because I know that that's what I need for me to be me for my family.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? Like every year I plan 3 trips. I plan a trip with me and my homegirls. I plan a trip with me and my family, and I plan a couples trip. So I'm always traveling, with just me and my homegirls. So I was like, babe, I totally understand you need to get away to get your mind together because I do it and I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. So Mother's Day weekend every year, me and my college friends, it's like a Mother's Day trip we take together because so we was like for Mother's Day, yes, we love our kids, but we're always doing for our kids and for our family. So we just want to relax and enjoy some girls' time.
I don't think Savannah is the same as Africa in the viewer's eyes.
It is different. Let's be clear about that. But I'm just saying, I get away.
But you get your me time. Somebody said, be a little selfish. Take a little you time, Tisha.
I do.
They don't say that to guys, though. Women don't say that to guys.
Because we have so many hats we have to wear.
It's different, though.
Guys, but you know that guys actually have to do that as well, right?
Yes.
It's called sharpening the saw.
But Marsau, I think for a lot of people watching this show and a lot of people who watch reality TV, we've seen instances where husbands take solo trips. Not saying yours was a solo trip, but they take solo trips and maybe they go to like Tampa, and then it comes out like, well, you weren't really alone in Tampa.
Well,
and so
but just to be very clear, and I know maybe 1 or 2 of your viewers, not a lot of them, might know this, but you really don't have to go all the way to Africa for that. Some people got work wives and work husbands. So it's not
work husbands.
you go to Denny's for that.
Listen. I thought you said something, Marsau. You said everybody comes for Marsau's marriage. Do you still feel like that's true?
I think that people think that it's first of all, don't come talk to me in my face about some shit you saw on TV. Mm-hmm. Number 1, start there. All right. Number B is until you get here, you have to earn your right to talk to someone or give them advice. We're at a point in our lives right now where we're so far down the road that I need expert advice. Like, I don't need somebody to come to this. Now, think about this. I'm not trying to make this gap right here, but I am saying it in a analogy. I don't need someone just saying, man, if I had $1 million, this is what I'd do. Right? Yeah. Because you're talking about hypotheticals and you're not in a situation. I need a real financial advisor to tell me what do I need to do. And I need to know what you have done with your experience in order to gain that. And so everybody, oh, I would never stand for this. I'll never stand for that. And since I'm on social media, I be in trouble, I go look at the pictures. And I ain't seen a man in the last 5 years. Just you and your 3 babies. So I know you wouldn't stand for that because you ain't got no man.
The unofficial producer. That's why Carlos
didn't stand for that.
See?
Right.
See?
Right. I like to do my research.
And listen, if you come for Marsau, he's going to come for you. That's just how it is. All right. Let's look at some of these questions. Someone said, you should have taken your wife and kids. Okay. Here's a good one.
Did her guy take her?
Do Miss Wanda and Marsau have a good relationship? This is something that I think comes up a lot. I think you guys have a joking relationship, right? Because we saw you call her a vampire, and people
bigger than a snicker.
Allow that, Tisha. Talk to us about your
relationship. They have a love-hate relationship. And at first, I used to really like be in the middle of it, but as you can see on the show as well, I am like separating myself. I'm like, listen, y'all do y'all thing. So that's the wrong people. I can't do anything about it. I can't control my mom, and I can't control my husband. So, and I'm the quiet one. Like you can tell, they're both very vocal. And yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if my dad was talking to Tisha like my mother-in-law talks to me, we'd have some problems.
Really?
Yeah, I've said that before. Like my dad can't say no crap like that to my wife, and I've been done checked him. So yeah, I think that's part joke, but part like I don't know. I feel like somebody should have did something about it a long time ago.
But
I ain't gonna call no names though. I ain't gonna throw nobody in the bus. I don't do that. But I'm saying somebody should have checked their mom, but I'm not gonna say no names because I don't do that.
So I tried to in the very beginning of our relationship. My mom did something. We was planning our wedding, and she was like, she called Marsau on the three-way with my dad and my stepdad, and like ever since then they just had like a rocky love-hate relationship. And so I try to keep them separate, but Carlos King have brought them together again. So what should I do? I mean, I don't know. It's my mom. I love my mom. I have to respect my mom. It's my husband, and I tell my mom when she's wrong, and I talk to her about different things. But at the end of the day, I can't make her do what I want her to do.
Right. She's a grown up. Go ahead, Marsau.
And the problem happens is that I'll say, hey, babe, you can handle it or I can handle it. And then when I handle it, it's not appropriate. So I'm saying for the best sake of us, you handle it and you make sure that this doesn't happen again.
As long as it's respectful.
It may or may not be.
It needs to be respectful.
That pitch your pitch. I'm going to bat it out how you pitch it. So I'm going to return it how you serve it. That's it.
Ooh, Marsau. Listen, I will say this. I feel like there are a lot of rumors, Marsau, and I feel like you do address them head on because you don't play that. But one thing that they did this Love and Marriage Huntsville social media special, and one thing I said is I ain't seen a receipt yet. I will say that. Like, people can talk, you know, there's always a lot of talk when it comes to you guys, but
there ain't even a formal accusation. The whole thing is I just look like this. Oh, he looked like he doing something. You can tell by their vibe. You can tell by watching TV that he doing something. Like, you can't tell that man next to you cheating, but you can so see the spotted cheater on TV. It's like, all right, bro. All right, I got you.
Listen, all right. Tisha, I like one thing that you said about your husband. You said you find it laughable, all the accusations. You believe he's 100% honest, and you trust the man that God provided for you. Who is the man that God provided for you? Because I feel like people get the wrong idea and they just run with it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, He is. Like, Marsau is funny. He's very smart. Like, he is a hard worker. We have a great time together. We're really best friends. We have a great time together. Like, so he is, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to trust the years that we have built together. I mean, you can't make me believe that my husband is lying to me if I haven't called him, like, you know what I'm saying, in the lie.
Or
So,
anything.
right, like, I trust him because he has built that trust over the years. So it's like, God, like I said at the reunion first season, if anything is going on in my household, God is going to provide, God is going to show me. Every woman I know on the show who found out their husbands cheated on them, they didn't go searching for stuff. They didn't go through his phone. They didn't follow him. God laid it directly on their lap. So I believe the exact same thing would happen in my situation. But it's been 15 years and
almost 16.
Almost 16. He said almost 16. Almost 16 years, but I'm trusting the relationship that we have, the connection that we have, and the trust that we built. I trust my husband at the end of the day. So that's all I have to go by.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go by somebody saying something I know don't like me or someone that wants to see my marriage fail. I can't be like, girl, I believe you because I already know you want to see my marriage fail, so let me listen to what you're saying. No, I'm not going to do that. Now, that is naive. That is stupid.
Now, like the second you feel somebody, if you pulled your homegirl aside and say, hey, listen, girl, check this out, this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. I get that. If you pull her aside on national television, well, then there's an agenda.
Right. You
So
can't be like, girl, I'm trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen. I guess she's naive. No. Tell me woman to woman, and I'll be like, girl, well, shit, let me do my research, honey. Let me find out, because I'm a smart woman. So let me find out what's the tea, what's really going on. But if I know you're purposely trying to embarrass me or trying to hurt me on television, then I'm like, yeah. Lesson learned. First season, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's some truth. I mean, I don't know if it's something dealing with it, because at the end of the day, I did trust you guys. You were our friends, so maybe you know something I don't know. But then after I started to process everything and look into it, I'm like, no, you're doing this. You're purposely trying to hurt my marriage.
So you feel like there is ulterior motives when people say things
Absolutely.
Like that? Okay.
Absolutely.
I got you. I think the latest person to comment, and this is what we saw last episode, which I want to talk about. We saw your cousin Kiki make mention and said that things have happened that made you question your marriage. I wanted to give you a chance to respond to that.
She's talking about the allegations that we talked about on the show. Yeah. You know, I talked to her about, you know, what they're saying this, and she also have come to me like, girl, don't be listening to this because you know the people that said they're trying to purposely hurt your marriage. So that's what she's referring to. So yes, they did say those things about my marriage. And yes, of course I'm going to get to my friends and my family members about like, what the fuck? Yeah. So,
But you know what? Also, people don't understand that. You think that cheating is the only thing that happens in marriages? Like regular stuff. Like where you keep the toilet paper, it turns into an argument. You know what I'm saying? Like who didn't take up this stuff upstairs? Like all of this stuff. So let's not act like when you struggle in your marriage, you're struggling with one person living this life, one person living this life, and you guys trying to interface those things and be interdependent. And so we've learned that. And in the first couple of years, it's very hard. So, I mean, every time, I swear to God, it'd be so crazy. People be like, oh, I must be. Like, girl, it can be a lot more than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can be a lot more than that in a marriage. And so people need to understand that aspect of it.
Right. And Marsau, we know you're the clapback king. So I saw you make a comment, and I'm just wondering who you're talking to with this. You said, what a great show. Sometimes a performer can throw their voice so well to the point where it's hard to tell who's the dummy. In the end, the real dummy is the one who doesn't even get a check. Now, who were you talking about with that? I mean, I know.
I was watching the show, and I saw one person pulling the strings and the other person making the sound, but I knew that the other person making the sound was really saying what this person pulling the strings wanted to say. And so it was both kind of making both of those kind of sounds. And I was like, I cannot believe after everything that I have personally done for you, that this is the repayment right here. And You know the bad part about it is?
What's
You know
that?
the bad part about being a hater or being in opposition on certain areas is that I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And in the end, I'm a fucking winner. You're not going to beat me.
Mm. Mm.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't be on that team because you're going to lose.
Mm. Mm.
And it's just disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
very
can,
disappointing
I can
and
imagine
hurtful.